Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading a child accessory by me. So let's get into it. Child is an amazing partner. That was something you already knew. And when you actually found out about your own pregnancy, you were more than happy to be able to tell him. Of course, it was a little bit unnerving and even worrying sometimes, but you knew that in the very end, Child would be with you, and he would never leave you in the middle of the way. He would be there for you and your future child, and he would protect you too, and care for you and love you. So, in the end, even though it was a little bit scary and overwhelming, you had nothing to worry about, and you knew that very well. So, what truly mattered was seeing his initial reaction and seeing how he feels. And when you went up to him one day and told him you had something important to tell him, he listened to you intently, his eyes wide open as he looked at you, tilting his head. What is it, Wyan? You look like you want to tell me something important. Well, that's because I do. I really want to tell you something important. And the thing is, I'm not really sure what you're going to say about that. Well, you can always tell me. There is no reason to hesitate, you know, he says, and he sighs softly, nodding. I know, but it's simply that, well, I I don't want you to be a little bit intimidated by all of this. Oyan, you know you're kind of going on a tangent right now. Are you panicking about something? I think I might be. I'm a little bit overwhelmed myself. Um, Let me just tell you straight up. Child, I did some tests and I'm pregnant. That's all I wanted to say, he said, and he stared at you with wide eyes, blinking them and looking at you as if trying to make sure that he wasn't dreaming. Um, please repeat that. I told you. You don't need me to repeat it again. You already know how anxious I was the first time. But then he wraps his arms tightly around you, looking into your eyes so earnestly. Please, Wyan, I need to hear it again. And you sigh softly, closing your eyes as you whisper out the words, telling him how he's about to be a father. And that's all it takes for him to start crying and hug you. Child, of all people. And here he is, crying in your arms from how happy he feels. I feel like I've been blessed. Really, you're a miracle, Wyan. You know that, right? I didn't think you'd be saying that to me. But, I mean, I guess you are too. You say. It's so hard for you to find the words. There are so many things on your mind, and you feel so lost already. But you feel like you're just happy. Happy that you're with him. And happy that you've got all of this. That you're about to have a family. Something that you never thought you could. Something that felt so far away. But right now, it seemed like it was coming to you with ease. And so, as things progressed, you wondered just how your family would be. Meanwhile, Child was an amazing partner. He was the person that you could only wish for, and he made your dreams come true. If you wanted a single thing, he would get it to you. No matter how difficult it may be, he would make you happy. If you had a craving for anything, he would be getting up and off the bed, late into midnight, no matter what the time may be, or the weather, or anything. He'd be getting you whatever you wanted. And at that point, it felt like you were being treated like a princess. To be quite honest, he always spoiled you, But it seems like with you being pregnant, he had more of an excuse to do it. Ion, please, let me fetch that water for you. I don't want you getting up and tiring yourself out. Child, it's literally a cup of water. It's not gonna kill me. Well, I mean, what if it does? And how would that be? You respond to him, scoffing, and he feels a little bit ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, and perhaps it's not supposed to. A lot of things in his life never made sense anyway. But maybe he was overreacting, and so he would try to be a little bit less overbearing. But it's all because he loves you. And that night, when you actually feel the baby kick for the first time, Child doesn't leave your side. No. He wraps his arms around you and leans his head gently against your belly, smiling and waiting patiently as he waits for the baby to kick again. And once it actually does, he looks at you with awe and wonder in his eyes. Ian, I love you so much. You know that, right? I think I've told you that quite a few times now, but to be quite honest, it never feels enough. I love you. And I love our baby. And I'm so excited to see how they might look like. How they would talk. What their first words would be. What their favorite games might be. What they would like to do. I'm so excited for a future with you, Mayan. And I hope you know that. It's all I think about now. He says, and he has no idea how those words simply just make your heart melt. Child, I'm just as excited as you are. I too want a future with you. And I would be happy to have a child with you. I mean, it's a little bit too late to talk about it since we're already in it. But I'm so happy, child. I really am. Me too. Me too, darling. And I hope when the baby comes along, we'll be just as happy. Or even happier. All three of us. You nod, smiling as you hug him closer. All three of us will be a happy family, child. I assure you of that.